Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me.
Hi, this is Jan Lewis. Welcome to be my guest. Today we have from Hopkinton, the Hopkinton Senior Center, we have Amy Beck, and she is the Director of Senior Services, and she's immediately to my left. And then we have Ashley, right beside her, Ashley Shaheen, Assistant Director at the Hopkinton Senior Center. And we're going to talk about the power of play quite a bit here. I had read an article in the Independent, was it? Mm-hmm. And at the Hopkinton Senior Center, this is cool. They're trying to bring in the sense of play, I think at any age. That is important. There's too many people, I know some of my own age group are so doggone serious. I'm like, what are you doing for play? Amy, tell us about it.
Well, I have to say, this is exactly what I was thinking. You know, when I find that I've been doing nothing but work and you're just, you know, you're running around, you're doing all your errands and all of that, you miss the opportunity to enjoy life and take time to have fun. And when you stop and you do have that fun, it changes everything about you. You physically feel better, emotionally and mentally you feel much better. And I think, you know, at the Senior Center, our biggest thing is we want people to have a place to come to ask questions, if they need help and need assistance, and that's all fine and good. But also, let's have some fun.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's learning something new, because that is an enjoyable piece too, as long as there's no tests involved, and I promise we don't do any tests.
No grading.
No grading. But, I mean, learning a new skill, playing games, we have a big group that comes and plays pool.
Coloring, too, right?
We have had coloring in the past. Right now the group has dwindled, but we bring something back in.
I love it. Oh, yeah.
But we do have the games. We have the traditional games and activities, but I think the big thing is just get out there and be active and have fun.
And be around people, other people. Don't isolate.
Absolutely. Never isolate.
That's really, is it hard to get the word out to a lot of the seniors? Well, who's considered a senior now? Over 50 or 55? What is it?
Well, most communities say 60 and above. But we're trying to reach down to those 58, 59 just to get them on our mailing list. And we do send out a newsletter each month. You can either get it online or you can get it in the mail. Once you hit 60, we definitely get it out to you. And in it, you'd find all the activities going on, whether there are support groups, whether there is a meal that we offer, but beyond that, all the activities, the exercise classes, the activities from, like I said, the games or even the classes, I guess, the art programs.
And in more recent months, too, we're trying to reach out to the community to see what people are interested in.
Right.
In terms of day trips or new programs. We're starting a chess program.
Chess?
Later this month in October, so people can learn how to play if they haven't learned that skill before, or just an opportunity to play. So
How
people,
about pitch? Anything? Pitch?
We do have that, yes.
My grandfather taught me that. We spent all afternoon teaching me that. Cutthroat pitch. It's not easy.
No, I think any card game can get very serious, but I think our group has a great time with that. But I think, you know, we're bringing back chess. We had it years ago, and you know, as with anything, they come and go, and the interests change, and that's what we're trying to do is be in touch with what people want to bring it and do it. And so we're bringing back chess. We've brought in mahjong, so that you've got the traditional games, you know, that people have an interest in, and we never turn away an idea.
Yeah.
You know, it may not all happen right away, but we do think about it and see what we can bring in.
Amy, how long have you been the director there? Actually, I'm going to ask you that too. Assistant director. How long have you been there?
Well, I've been director since December last year, so not quite a year, but I had been the interim director for about 7 months prior to that.
You must like, I can tell by you like it, right?
I do.
They both have smiled.
No, I do, and I've been at the Senior Center for 7 years. I actually started, you know, as the volunteer coordinator, and then as an assistant director position opened up, and then I've moved into the director position. So.
Did you did you go to college around here?
I did not. I went to college out in the Midwest, and was home for 18 years with my kids. So my first job back was the volunteer coordinator at the Senior Center, and you know, it was great. Started off part-time, and it was perfect for, you know, having my youngest was in kindergarten at the time, so it was a perfect transition back into the workforce part-time. And then it just grew from there.
Ashley, what about you? How long have you been there?
As the assistant director, I started late April.
Yeah.
So close to six months.
Just about.
And prior to this job, I was working in Wellesley at their senior center as the program coordinator. So it was a step up for me professionally. And
Sure. Did you go to college around here?
I went to school, Merrimack College.
Yeah.
So pretty
What
local.
did you major in?
Undergrad, I majored in health sciences, and then for grad school, I had a fellowship focused on community engagement, community organizing, so a master's in education.
Amy, what did you major in?
I was actually a religion philosophy major. And I did that because it combined a lot of interests, and I was, active in sports and everything else, and I, for me, that was just a perfect fit.
You have to have I think, a certain personality to be able to get, not just all ages, but especially, I hate the word, but seniors, right? Because they're more like our parents, a lot of them, and my parents refused to go to like a senior center or anything. No.
It's funny, I hear that a lot actually from younger seniors,
Yeah.
because for a lot of them they're sandwiched between having children, there's now seniors themselves, but their parents are still around, and their parents are going to the senior center, so why would you go where your parents go?
Yeah.
But I have to say, the activities that we have really are far-reaching. They're not just geared for one age group, and we have such a variety of fun and busy things that I think we hit a lot of needs. And so maybe you would be in the quilting group with your mother, maybe not, but it doesn't matter, and I think, choose days that they're not there if that's going to be an issue, or you're living in a different town. But I think, don't hesitate to come to the senior center because it has so much going on. And we are trying to make sure that we don't want to get rid of what we do for seniors who are the older senior who may want to do some of the quieter or, things that we've always done. But we're also trying to reach out to the younger senior and say, look, we do have the hikes. We do have activities that are outside that, maybe this summer we brought in a bike group and they bike the Milford Trail, and it's, about how far is it, 16?
I think so.
About 12, 16 miles.
And they could go at their own speed.
They can go at their own speed. They meet with a group, so you're not doing things alone. You're with others. You're having conversation, but you're doing things that may be more geared toward either your abilities or your interests. And that's what we're trying to do, is not just do what we've always done, but expand out to open
Thinking
it up to
outside the
everybody.
box. We're talking with Amy Beck, and she is the Director of Senior Services at the Hopkinton Senior Center, and Ashley Shaheen, and she's the Assistant Director over there. Power of Play, that was in the title of the article in The Independent.
Right.
Who thought that up? Was it the person who interviewed you?
I think they took it from something that was in our newsletter.
So we actually submitted that photograph in the little blurb based off of the program that we had at the senior center.
Ashley,
that
what do
we
you,
had set up.
show us what you've got there.
What's coming up?
Oh, here's something to zero in on. All right, here we
Promo
go.
material. So actually, this is tomorrow, so
Hold
I'm
it.
not sure if
Let me
folks
have
will
it.
see it.
I'll hold it up for you. Okay, this is
Before.
tomorrow. Well, okay. A variety show.
A
What's that all
variety show. So
It's
we
our
have
third.
Yeah?
third annual variety show. We have, I think, 16 or 17 acts, and it's coordinated by our outreach team.
Yeah.
So Marlene and Lisa, they worked hard in putting it together, and Marlene always says it's not talent, it's variety or chutzpah.
It's just
so
fun.
if you have, exactly.
What else have you got there?
Exactly.
What's the next one you have?
So we have a concert coming up on October 24th. It's blues, soul, and rock and roll, and
Oh.
this is funded by the Cultural Council. We received a grant
Blues,
for that.
Soul, Rock and Roll at the Hopkinton Senior Center, Thursday, October 24th, 12:30 p.m. If you got a chance, stop over there.
And
You're
our-
covering your bases with this music.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
And our new chef, Natalie Scott, will be preparing some pastries and pumpkin bread and goodies for that performance as well. And then, speaking about play and fun, we have our Halloween party
Oh,
coming up on Halloween.
join us for
October
some Witches
31st.
Brew, a showing of the birds, table games and more at the Senior Center in Hopkinton. It's at 28 Mayhew Street.
encouraging people to dress up only if they dare. And then the last one that I brought was the chess activity, which we have mentioned.
Let's see that one. Now, I tried to learn chess. I'm awful. Checkers is a different story. Chess, I haven't got the patience. It moves too slow. But here you go. If you're interested in chess, go on up to the Hopkinton Senior Center, and that's going to be starting, it's going to be going from October 21st on Mondays to November 25th. And that's at 2 to 3. It's just going to ask you, why do so many senior centers, obviously not you guys, but so many of them make morning activities? And a lot of us like to sleep.
Well, I think historically morning people are up and they want to go out, and that's why we do a lot of things in the morning. We're really trying to, fill out our afternoons. We are open one evening, and we do have some talk about rock and roll. We have we have a pound class, which
What's
is
that?
a very active drumstick on the floor, in the air. It's rock and roll music in the background, a lot of
Cardio.
Queen and cardio. Yeah, it is very active and busy.
It's good for getting anxiety out, right?
Exactly. You're pounding the ground.
Really? Literally the floor?
You are pounding the ground.
So people sit on a mat on the floor and
You're
pound?
either standing and you're bending and you're moving and all that. We have opened that for people who are 50 and 5 and above. And so we have added that to kind of hit the younger group, because that's a 5 o'clock class.
So you provide the drumsticks.
We provide the drumsticks, and they are weighted, so that it's not just a regular old drumstick.
Yeah.
But it's a weighted stick, and if you go online and look at what pound looks like online, it's amazing. You go, what the heck is going on?
Do you need earplugs? I think
You almost think you do, because it is loud, but it is a very active, busy group, and it is not for the faint of heart.
No.
It is definitely something, and yet, I say that, if you are wanting to do it, and you find that you bring it to your own level.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to do all the squatting and all that, you can just do it from standing. Or there are times where you can sit and do them. So you kind of adjust, and all our teachers adjust it. If someone wants to do it and yet they may not be this super up and down active person, we can still adjust it to make it work.
Amy, how can people get a hold of you?
Well, they can certainly come by the Senior Center. We're at 28 Mayhew Street in Hopkinton. You can look at us up online if you check for hopkintonseniorcenter.com or hopkintonseniorcenter.org. It will bring you to our website, which we're always updating. And but you can reach us by phone at 508-497-9730. And stop by. We would love to see you. Happy to show anybody around and share what's going on at the Senior Center.
You don't have to be a resident of Hopkinton.
No, you don't.
What have you got there?
So this is our newsletter. It has, you can look it up online on our website, but this is what gets mailed to Hopkinton residents.
Okay.
And it does show everything that we do. It has support groups listed. It has exercise groups in there.
I'm interested. Now, support groups are really, really important. Boy, no one should have to suffer alone. I'm a big fan of get together with another group, Where is, medical transportation, you do that too?
We do. So Hopkinton residents can call us, and if they're going to local appointments, we don't go all the way into the city, but we do Worcester and around Framingham, the Metro West area.
Okay.
We have volunteers who will help people get to their, but again, it's a Hopkinton resident.
Sure. I think we have that type of thing. I think there's a van here in Upton, and they take, I think they do go to Worcester. I'm not positive, but I think that makes sense, because there's a lot of medical out in Worcester. We've got UMass and all. So, my gosh, this is a full power. We're looking. What page is the support groups on?
We have a caregiver support group.
Yep.
That meets once a month. It's the third, I believe, Thursday.
Okay.
And then we have it's a widows group. They're called Plan B.
Yeah.
And that's an informal group. That's just a group of women who have lost their spouse, who get together and they kind of talk through what's next and what they want to do, and it's just a group for them to kind of find someone to work with.
And you have a Alzheimer's type of group.
We do. We have a memory cafe, which again is it's a way to reach out and break down the stigma. Someone with memory loss, whether it's whatever form of dementia, whether it's Alzheimer's or other forms of dementia, they come with a caregiver if they need them, and they have, we've had some art classes that they do. Sometimes it's music. Music really seems to help a lot of people with that.
It's called the Memory Cafe.
It's called the Memory Cafe, the Artine Memory Cafe.
Did I don't know if many people come with Parkinson's.
Mm-hmm.
That hits a lot of different ages.
It does.
Over at UMass, we interviewed her. She's got this thing where it's art that they actually it helps them with coordination. They paint. Because I was in the neurology department a couple of years ago, and I looked up on the wall, and I'm like, well, aren't those nice? Then I read they were by patients or anybody else. And I said, we've got to get her on the show, because this is just, if you see, my grandmother had Parkinson's, and she said her body had just like deceived her or just taken over. It doesn't have to be that way anymore.
No, and there's so many different ways and to meet that need. I know we've done some art programs, and it's been really interesting to see how the individual who is dealing with dementia is able to talk about what they have drawn and what it means to them. And I think, it's all about breaking down the stigma that is attached to it. It doesn't have to be a death sentence. It is definitely a change of life, as everything is. And I think it's important to break down the barriers that keep you from going out and being with other people. And the memory cafes that are throughout the state are really a good way for people to find a connection, and that's support to the caregiver as well as to the individual.
What's your favorite activity, Ashley, over there?
Oh, my favorite activity, I would say tap dancing.
They have tap dancing at the Hopkins Senior Center?
Tap.
Tap? My mother took tap when she was a kid, and now they have it at your senior
We have it at the senior center.
Quite talented.
But how do you supply the... Mom had special little shoes with the things on the bottom?
Yes, so they are able to purchase the shoes through the teacher or online, and they are tapping away in there. We have Zumba, we have tap, we have pound, we have all the yogas, we have stretch classes. We run the gamut, I think, in our exercise classes.
And the prices, you can't beat this. $3 yoga, $3 exercise with Linda, $3 Zumba. What the heck is Zumba? What is it?
How do you want to describe Zumba?
What is it, Ashley?
Latin flair, type of cardio, dance, movement.
Okay, so it's everything kind of combined?
It is.
Yes.
Okay, because I know there's the kind of yoga, I went to a yoga that was taught by an East Indian lady, and I loved it for years. I guess I was the only blonde, blue-eyed person in the room, but it was like, I just was so relaxed, I think I fell asleep during it. She says, no, you were in deep meditation. I'm like, I don't think so. They had to wake me up.
Well, that's my favorite part of yoga, is when you get to the relaxation bit at the end, frankly.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I can appreciate that.
Do you both live locally?
I don't.
Ashley doesn't, but I do.
You do. You live around here. And you have little ones at home still?
Not little ones anymore. My youngest is almost 13, but I go all the way up to 20. Almost 25.
Yeah, my son's 27. What about you, Ashley? You're awfully young. Do you have kids yet? No, you're just a kid. You're a kid. This is quite a...
But one thing about the fitness classes, we do welcome people to come and try a class out for free before signing up for the month. And now we have the option for people to just drop in as it works with their schedule.
When's the coloring class?
Well, like I said, the coloring has been out for a little bit. We do have an open coloring and art class where if you want to bring your own projects in and work. For a while that was huge, and we still have some of the books and the pencils that people would use for that. But we do Zentangle, which is almost like a coloring, but so we have the Zentangle, and we have a lot of just hands-on crafts. We found that some people really want to just make things, and so we have some fun things coming up that are just hands-on craft, whether it's a decoration for Halloween or Christmas or making Christmas presents and stuff like that.
We're talking with Amy Beck and Ashley Sheehan, the directors over at the Hopkinton Senior Center. You're going to be now downstairs here in the lobby. We have those big bulletin boards. You're going to put those up, I hope, for everybody to see. Okay, that's good, because that's what it's there for. Be a fighter, fight the flu. Are you encouraging shots at all?
Well, we do have a flu clinic. We work with the health department, and they're going to be with us for a day, and they will be, and I think they ask people to sign up online.
Okay. Now, do they have a book group at all?
We do.
Oh, what's that all about?
You want to hit that?
Go ahead. What is it?
I believe it's the first Monday
Yeah, first
of the
Monday.
month, 10:30. We have a great volunteer who leads and facilitates the conversation.
Who chooses the book?
The
It's
group.
the group.
Cool. So somebody who has read a really good one suggests it?
Or I don't know whether they've read it or they've heard of one that they want to read, and so they actually give us a series a couple months out so that we can make sure we publicize it, because they meet the first of the month.
Yeah.
You can't show it to them at the 2 days before.
You better read fast.
Yeah, that's right. So we do let them know the month ahead of time what's going to be coming up.
And you have, very impressed, you have a legal person who will come.
Mm-hmm.
And how do they help the people there?
Well, they do. Arthur Bergeron comes and does a clinic once a month on a Friday morning. And again, people have to sign up in advance so that they have a time slot. And that's a free 15-minute, ask a question type of deal. But he does come also, and we do have other lawyers who've come in the past who give talks on setting up your estate, planning, for the future, how to make the decisions if you're now alone, or, if one of you needs more care. And so there are different topics throughout the year that he addresses.
It drives me nuts to think about anybody at any age group, but sitting home, isolating alone.
Right.
Wow. When you have, it's almost like your very own elementary school fun right in your own alley. I mean, you can't get bored.
No, and it is. I think I have heard, and I tend to agree. You walk through the door and you're welcomed, and you are made to feel a part of a community. And we have a living room with a fireplace where you can sit. Our knitters every week will meet there in front of that. So it's a very homey, comfortable feeling. And we do offer lunch every day, or Monday through Friday.
Do they pay for that, or is that free?
No, they pay for that. It's
Okay.
$5, but you get everything from super salad and a drink through either a hot meal or a sandwich and a dessert.
Wow.
And, it's brought to you. We have volunteers who bring it to your table, so you're not having to shuffle your plates around yourself or whatever.
Ashley, do they go to the beach at all?
Actually, we went to the beach over this past summer, and I went with the group. Where did we go? Scarborough, in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
So that was a great
That's
day
a good
away.
one. I know
with the
Upton
group.
has its own beach. You have a beach in Hopkinton.
We do, but we take them out. We
You
go
go-
places.
I think I've been to that Rhode Island, Scarborough, right? Yeah, I think I've been there. It's big.
We do a number of beaches, and we in the summer we also go to a lot of museums or different shows that might be around that people would like to go to. What's nice about it is we offer the transportation for these trips, and they're day trips. Again, Hopkinton residents take priority over people from out of town, but we go on these trips. They don't have to worry about driving.
No.
You get on the bus, they drive you to where you need to, they left you off out in front, you go in, either you're eating, you're wandering. I mean, we go to the Brimfield Fair.
Oh, now that's a trip, too.
It is.
Yeah.
And you're with a group of people, too, that have that common interest, wherever it may be.
Yeah, you know what? Do you ever go, I'd love to see this organized, a yard sale group.
Well, we do antique stores.
Okay, you're getting there. No, I'm not the type that's going to get up at 8 in the morning and go to yard sales, but I'll go later.
They don't go that early, but sometimes it'll be an 8:30 or 9 o'clock
Yeah.
leave time, depending on where they're going and how far they're having to go. But we went up to Winnipesaukee this year.
You went way up there?
We took the Mount Washington cruise on the lake. We sent 2 busloads of people up for that one, and they went out on the lake and
That was it?
yeah.
Could they bring a grandchild with them or a husband and a wife?
No, usually a husband or a wife can come.
Okay.
They're really geared towards seniors.
Good for the seniors, yeah. This is amazing. Again, how can they get in touch with you, Amy?
Again, you can go online and look up hopkintonseniorcenter.com. It brings you to our website, and on the website you will find a link to our newsletter and a lot of the services that we offer there. And we are located at 28 Mayhew Street in Hopkinton.
All right, I just spied something that a lot of people are going to start drooling over. National Chocolate Day?
I know, I want to do
Oh.
that event.
Okay, this is what, Monday, October 28th. We're talking about the Hopkins Senior Center, 10 to 11. Tell us about this. Pat Griffin? She's gonna-
Sure. So we have the co-owners of Chocolate Therapy located in Framingham. They'll be coming to the senior center to give a presentation talking about all the health benefits of dark chocolate, and they'll be bringing samples, of course. So it'll be a
Unfortunately, it is a limited
They
program.
reached the cap on
15, you reached your limit, right? What do you want to babes? Mostly girls to come, mostly gals.
I don't know.
What is
It's
the
funny.
chocolate in ours? I mean, I like regular milk chocolate actually better than the dark, which I know is better for me.
Oh, I'll go with the chocolate.
I'll go with anything. Oh my God, white
Chocolate in general.
Oh, now what is a Go Bags program?
Well, we've worked with the fire department in Hopkinton,
Yeah.
and what they have put together through a grant is a backpack. And in the backpack, it has room for you to put things, but it also has, I think, an emergency blanket. It has a flashlight. So it has a bunch of things in there that if you had to get up and get out of your house because there was an emergency, and there's room for you to put a few things of your own in there,
Sure.
that you could just run and go. You don't have to think about it. It's set aside for you. If there's a down power line and you've lost your heat during the winter, they'll bring you someplace, but take
have your
something
bag with you.
You'll have your bag with you.
Your very own backpack. I think, who thought this idea of?
The fire department.
The fire
They're
department.
fabulous in Hopkinton.
I remember taking my son when we lived in Whitensville. The kids, I guess, in the class went to the fire department. They got the little plastic red hats, They loved it. Now, we're going to we've got about 4 minutes left, but I'm too excited about this. Let's see. Pencils to paints, that's the arts.
So that's the arts.
Okay, pottery,
Yes.
okay. Quilting, knitting and crochet, chorus, cooking, crafts. What if somebody has particular talent and they're too shy? Could they come to you and say, look, I'm good at making this, you want me to share it with everybody? Or?
Well, that's exactly what happened with the bike group.
It is, yeah.
We put out there that we were looking, for ideas, and we had a gentleman come by and say, "Hey, I've led bike groups trips before.
Yeah.
I'd love to do this."
Wow.
And it's a case where they meet at a certain spot and they go from there. We don't bus anyone any place, but
They have their own bike?
They have their own bike,
Okay.
and you meet there and you go. And so we're always open and always looking for new ideas because we figure it's not for us; it's for everyone out there, and we can't do it if you don't tell us.
Yeah.
So we do have people who come in and say, "I'd like to share this," or "Hey, can we have?"
Yeah.
And then we look around to see if we can find someone who would do that and bring that.
I know my husband and I came to your senior center years ago, well, not that long, but they had a couple spine expert doctors in there. And I think I was having back problems or something, and it was very good. We came up from Upton to go there. It was a good lecture, really good. You have a nice open hall.
Yes.
Is that where you do most of your activities?
Well, that's where our big talks and our exercise classes are.
Those are the big ones. Okay. Oh my
The
God.
setup is perfect, and I know we haven't mentioned yet, but we also have a nice thrift shop too.
You have a thrift
So
shop?
While you're at the center, if
You
you
just said the
wanted
magic word. When is this open?
every day.
Every day, Monday through Friday, pretty much the same hours, a little bit different than our working hours, but if someone came off hours, we certainly could help someone get there.
So should people call you first to see when it's open, or just...
Well, actually, if you turn to a page back there, I never remember exactly the time frame. I think they close at 3 most days,
Where would
except
it be?
Wednesdays.
Okay.
On
There you-
the-
Yeah, it's a thrift shop. Oh my, that's...
Well, and what's nice is, when people are downsizing,
Yeah.
it helps. Where do you go with all this stuff?
Not only that, but you know what? You can find the most gorgeous, like new clothes, designer in a thrift shop.
Well, we don't do clothing. This is
Oh,
more
okay.
household stuff.
All right.
But our
Jewelry.
thrift, jewelry and household.
Think you'll get to the clothing part, though? You'll have a lot more, I think, people come.
No, we don't have the space for that,
Don't?
really.
Okay, yeah.
But, so our thrift shop hours are Monday to Thursday, 9 to 3. On Wednesday, we are open till 6. And then on Friday, 10 to 1.
Oh my gosh. So can people donate to you?
Absolutely.
Aha. One more time, we're going to have to close. How can they reach you?
So we're located at 28 Mayhew Street in Hopkinton. If you want to check out our newsletter, you can look for it online at hopkintonseniorcenter.com, and it will bring you to our website, and on there you'll find a link for the newsletter, and check us out.
Thank you, Ashley and Amy, very much. I always like to have each senior center in New England has a different flavor. Do you know what I mean? A different environment. And of course, and I read about yours with this power of play. I mean, bingo. I mean, not immediately I can relate to, because I don't see enough of that around. I don't
No.
see enough. Well, we're going to play golf. I'm like, yeah, but do you do anything else? I mean, it's just, some people like golf. Some people like chess. I'd be bored to death. But I love anything like the artistic or reading together, communicating. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's a lot
And it's
of
about
fun.
connection.
Yeah, you have a club here. I think we just talked about it, the Conversation Club. I love that. Can anybody just bring up any topic?
I think they
That's
have.
the format that they're going for. I know we haven't had it yet, but one of our outreach staff members, Lisa Dion, came up with the idea based on some feedback from a different group that she
Which is our TED
holds.
Talk group.
Right.
Okay. And then you got to close, I know, but Job Seekers Networking Group, I think that's awesome. Because people are not, they might retire at a certain age, but then now they're starting maybe a whole different profession
Right.
or career. This isn't our parents' and grandparents' world anymore.
No, it is not.
I think they would be amazed. My father, I think, was still working in 70s or so. He didn't give up. He didn't even stop. Thanks, girls, for being on so much. This is
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you. We'll see you
you.
next time. I'll be my guest.
Riding on a shooting star, heading out toward a dream.